Hi, I'm Matthew Craig and you're watching The Market Bull. Joining me online this morning is Gold Hydrogen's Managing Director, Neil McDonald. Thanks for your time, Neil.
Good morning and thank you.
So just firstly, could you give us a brief overview of Gold Hydrogen's story and its flagship assets?
We started this company approximately 4 to 5 years ago, and that was on the back of finding deep in the archives of the South Australian government. Explorers went looking for oil and gas on the Yorke Peninsula, and they drilled 3 wells, but they were unsuccessful all 3 times, but they found up to 89% purity in natural hydrogen. There just wasn't a market for that. So we kicked off the project because natural hydrogen we thought would be a great way as opposed to man-made or factory-made hydrogen. And we always thought that there might be helium, but we went for the hydrogen, and while we were confirming natural hydrogen existed, we drilled deeper than the historical discoveries, and we also found the world's highest ever reported helium results in a non-petroleum system. This is a clean energy system. And then on the back of this, we've had 3 huge Japanese companies in Toyota Motor Corporation, Mitsubishi Gas Chemical, and ENEOS choosing to invest with us. And this is in an area where no one thought there would be any gas. It's really fascinating, and it's really good for the state of South Australia and Australia for that matter.
You are progressing commercialisation studies for the Ramsay Hydrogen and Helium Project. Just how are these going?
Yes, look, we're working our way towards that. Our focus has been all exploration and geological data collecting, and we've drilled 4 wells now on the Ramsay permit area. And those 4 wells, as I said, have had world-leading results. And what that has led us to do is, in the next coming months, we're undertaking flow testing, extensive flow testing, where we're going to flow up to 3 of those 4 wells. And on the back of that, we are planning to do early pilot production wells. We'd love to see natural hydrogen come out of the ground and then be plugged in as a proof of concept into a generator to provide energy and power. Eventually, though, that could be used for energy, heavy transport, green methanol opportunities, which is an input to make clean energy source. The helium, we'd love to see the helium come out of the ground over the next couple of months when we're testing, get bottled into a canister, and we attach a weather balloon to begin with to that canister and show that the helium can come all the way from the surface and it's ready to be used in future production. But following those steps, we'll be working with large international companies and Australian domestic companies, and that no helium is produced, Matthew, in Australia. So we're going to look to do an early pilot production on these wells and further wells to be able to supply the Australian domestic market for future helium use now.
Can you talk us through the recent helium development at the project and why it sits on Australia's strategic materials list?
Helium's not just party balloons and squeaky voices. When you wake up in the morning and grab your mobile phone to turn your alarm off, the mobile phone needs helium to cool it and needs helium to be able to make the chips. Then when you leave your bedroom and you get into your car to go to work or to the shops, helium is involved in the safety equipment and the airbags, as an example. Then you go to the shops to buy your groceries, and the bar scanning codes have helium in there to keep them cool to allow that to function. Helium's required to build chips, quantum computing, AI data centers. They all need helium, and that's before you even get to the most important, which is MRI and medical technology. There's a shortage of helium on its way, and you really don't want people's health to be compromised by a lack of helium. So it's important that it should become a critical mineral. There's some senior politicians at the moment aware of this and working on this, because apart from all those uses, it's very important for defence. The impacts to Qatar being damaged has taken 30% global supply already, diminished. But when you've got all those data centres, AI, all those needs from a growth perspective, along with population growth, it's a really bad dynamic with lack of supply and increasing demand. So we're a clean helium. Most other world helium projects, including Qatar, are a byproduct of natural gas and oil. So there's not too many parts around the world that can do clean helium that aren't involved with the fossil fuel.
Just what are the next steps for the company, and what news flow can investors look forward to over the coming months?
We're going to be out there flow testing up to those 3 wells, as I said, from end of June onwards. We are confident and optimistic. We think that we'll achieve our corporate objectives and our technical objectives of getting commercial quantities of hydrogen and helium to surface to progress this for clean energy for South Australia and Australia. And we've got a lot of international interest. We've got great strategic investors at the moment, but there's a lot more people watching us. And I think there'll be some great upside for the company on a corporate basis, but more importantly, the people of South Australia and elsewhere, it'd be great to be able to supply domestic produced helium in Australia and instead of importing it. You know, it'd be great to do that.
Thanks for your time today, Neil, and best of luck with a busy few months ahead at Gold Hydrogen.
It's our privilege, and thanks again for having me on your show.